It's been one full week since the conclusion of Season 2 of Reacher, and well, it ended up being the number one, not just streaming show, but the overall production out of Amazon's proprietary Prime Video studios for all of 2023, and the full season wasn't even released yet. It just concluded last week. Like, the last couple of episodes had to air in 2024, so you know what that means. We got ourselves a hit on our hands. What is that? 3 videos in a row where we can go ahead and sing the virtues of some good entertainment that's out there? What the hell's going on out here? But a big reason for the success of the show was, well, A, it wasn't trying to push any identity politics. B, it respected the source material that it drew big inspirations and adapted it faithfully. And C, did something unique in Hollywood, and especially on Amazon, because it's so weird, because this is the same studio, the overarching studio, that brought you the likes of The Witcher, where you had perfect casting for the titular role, and then you emasculated him thoroughly, but you didn't have that with Reacher. Very strange. So shout out to Alan Ritchson. Alan Ritchson, who played Jack Reacher in the show and will continue to do as much. But it looks like for the 3rd season, people aren't going to have to wait long, because Alan's already heading back to the set and he's already sharing pictures and dropping little teases of what fans of the series can look forward to when the highly anticipated series returns back to Amazon Prime. But it's funny, in a similar theme that has gone through other videos on the day. Not everything can just be heaped with praise. There's got to be some negative Nancy's that are out there trying to take down something that's popular that A, they just don't like because, well, straight white man that's in that role, and B, they're seeing other people enjoy a product and they just simply can't leave other people alone. For those idiots that are out there that say that, oh, it's just entertainment, it's all, your pursuit of objectivity is silly because all entertainment, all art is subjective. It's like, no, from the reviews that I hear, it's actually tightly written, well acted, like it's an objectively good show. But because it's not trying to push an agenda, at least as overtly as a bunch of other stuff is out there, well, you just got to go ahead and try to take it down and attack it and make it either come to heel or shame the audience away from viewing it. But we're here in 2024 now, brah. All of those tactics from 2016, yeah, they ain't working anymore. And in fact, that side over there, the diversity, equality, and inclusivity group, yeah, you guys are failing. You guys are failing big time. Alan Ritchson on becoming Jack Reacher. I fucking wrecked my body. There you go, man. You could kind of see from that Instagram post and several other ones that are out there, he's in incredible shape. Pause. Obviously, that's going to be airbrushed a little bit, but something that everybody has noted. But well, he's not quite the 6'6" that the Jack Reacher character is supposed to be. He is 6'3" and 225, 230. So yeah, he's about as close as you're going to get in Hollywood, accurately portraying that role. And Amazon Prime's hit show Reacher, the dimensions of the star are truly a sight to behold. Weird. It would just be weird if they were doing like a successful female-led show. Can't think of any. They started out by going, the dimensions of the star are truly a sight to behold. I was like, what are you doing? Anyways, played with calm menace by Alan Ritchson, Jack Reacher, a gruff genius IQ, ex-U.S. Army major protagonist, the British author Lee Child's 100 million selling book series, is blessed with a torso, the approximate size of a dinner table. Child's, for his part, once described the character looking, while shirtless, like a condom crammed with walnuts. That paints a picture. I can see why he sold so many copies. While the successful Tom Cruise starring movie, Little Guy, I remember that one, downplayed Reacher's obvious physical proportions. To the chagrin of fans, the TV reboot has found a wonderfully large foil in Ritchson, a series following the itinerant veteran as he traipses across America, uncovering shadow conspiracies behind unexplained homicides, first in the fictional Georgia town of Margrave, and then again in the non-fictional city of New York. You don't say. Trouble, as Reacher says, always seems to find him. In the excellent first 2 seasons of the refreshingly unpretentious and action-packed show, It's funny that GQ would make these assertions, but hey, it just shows that there is definitely a shift in coverage. It's almost like all of those old virtue signaling talking points from back in the cut just aren't flying in 2024. You'll love to see it. Here, Ritchson speaks to GQ about moral simplicity, murdering baddies, and wrecking his body from overtraining. I'm not going to read through all of this stuff. There's just a couple of things that I do want to touch on because I think that it's very important. The show went from sleeper hit in season 1 to an instant chart topper with season 2. Why do you think the show has resonated with so many people? Alan Ritchson. It's confounding. The readership of the books is an unexpected demographic. Just as many women read these books as men. Well, when it comes to fiction, the demographic breakdowns of book readers, women tend to read more fiction, and when it comes to nonfiction, barely any women actually read that. But the breakdown, men to women, when it comes to fiction books, pretty close to parity. There was an interesting article about how people say men want to be him and women want to sleep with him. Needed to have an article for that one for somebody who is, portrayed to be 6'6", in incredibly good shape. Okay. But there's an independence and freedom to Reacher that women clearly want too. Yeah, obviously. And those honest depictions of the basal desires of women, you don't see that all too often. The unapologetically masculine and competent representation of a man on screen, they're few and far between. And especially coupled with a very good script, you got yourself a recipe for success. Imagine that. We assume freedom has a male mentality, but a lot of women share the same desires. You're kind of missing the point here. I guess part of the success is that there was wish fulfillment for a lot more people than first expected. There you go. You brought it back around again. How operates in this world of moral simplicity? There's good guys and bad guys. The good guys are really, really good, and the bad guys are incredibly bad. Yeah, unlike the vast majority of shows that are out there where it's all just shades of gray. No, sometimes you just want a straightforward story where the villain of the film or the villain of the TV show is not just simply misunderstood, okay? Not every villain needs an origin story. Like the dumbest one that Disney ever pushed out was, the Cruella origin story. The bitch who tried to murder 100+ puppies. 101 to be exact. Yeah, we didn't need to know that her detestation for dogs stemmed from her mom's getting pushed off a cliff by 2 Dalmatians, but they looked really scary. I'm just talking about the CGI. In the real world, there's deep-seated frustrations we share, and we're stuck watching injustice prevail. The judicial system is clumsy and long-winded, and it seems like we don't often see justice done in our lifetime. In that world, who wouldn't want to be Reacher? This is the guy who looks out for the well-being of the innocent, acts as judge, jury, and often executioner. Who hasn't wished that they could take it upon themselves to cleanse the world of bad guys? Exactly, that is male wish fulfillment at its peak. 1000%. The protector and the arbiter of good in the world. Oh my god. I can't tell you how many daydreams I've had about that. But anyways, this is the part that I really wanted to focus on here for a second. The way that they just want to paint this, okay? I know you touched on an unexpected demographics, but the show has been called Peak Dad TV. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to try to diminish the success of this show. You're just going to try to diminish it as just, it's just stupid dad TV. Okay, I've talked about this a fair number of times, but the way that dads get portrayed in media and the way that they have for 3, 4, you can go all the way back to Married with Children, okay? Like there was a time, okay, for as much as I love The Simpsons, okay, Homer Simpson was a big reason that fathers today are looked at as either borderline abusers or incompetent oafs. Now, there was a time in the first 10 or so seasons of The Simpsons where Homer Simpson, yeah, he was still a buffoon, but he didn't do anything that was outlandishly stupid, like the way that he would eventually evolve as a character, but it was always done. Everything was always done, and I can just go ahead and, cite the And Maggie Makes 3 episode that he would always do it in service of his family. And then that just eventually got jettisoned for just the crazier antics that Homer would get up to. But it all kind of started with Al Bundy just being an outright, he's such a misogynist, he just hates women. Oh, but he is funny, though. And then even before that, probably with the Archie Bunker archetype, which was supposed to be the quote-unquote villain of the series, somebody that audiences weren't supposed to resonate with. But back in the day, All in the Family was the most popular show across all of television, and Archie Bunker is still one of the most notable and beloved sitcom characters in history. So yeah, to just simply try to diminish this as, oh, it's just one of those action bang bang shooty shows. It's like, no, man, it's doing something correct. It's resonating with an audience, something else that I talked about a lot. It knows its demographic, and it's not trying to compromise in order to achieve the approval of the mythical modern audience. So here's what Ritchson, had to say about this. It's funny. I've shown my kids this show. I let them watch season 1. I wouldn't let them see the naked guy hanging crucified on the wall who had his bollocks chopped off and was forced to swallow them whole. Yo! But everything else was within context. It all made sense. They loved it, man. For me, it's not dad TV. It's family TV. Yeah, wow. Imagine that. Instilling morals that, yeah, sometimes there aren't morally great people. There's just bad people that are out there, okay? And there are good guys. People want to be like good guys. People want to go out there and help the good guys. That's what this story is bringing together. I walk down the street with the little ladies and their walkers are like, adopts the voice of a decrepit old woman. Yeah, reacher. It's the same misnomer to me to qualify this as dad TV. But am I a father? Oh, I'm sorry, but I am a father, and I too love the show. Maybe it does work. Oh man, it's far more important than just simply being categorized very poorly, I might add, is just simple, oh, peak dad TV. Okay, cool. Even if you do want to adopt that, like Alan is at the end of this, maybe it does work. Yeah, well, guess what? The dad TV is popular because guess what? The mythical modern audience that is out there, the one that you're supposed to appeal to with all of these meta humor lines, all of the fourth wall breaks, whoa, is this really happening type humor that doesn't land with anybody with a pulse? That shit isn't working anymore. People are looking for sincerity. They're looking for well-told, straightforward stories. That's what you're getting with Reacher. And for the fans of the show, I hope season 3 is as good, if not better, as the original 2. And I hope and I pray that the rest of these shows, the rest of these studios that are out there, learn from somebody who actually likes portraying the role, isn't doing it just for a simple paycheck, who is, like it says right there, putting his body through absolute hell, fucking wrecking his body for the role because he loves it and appreciates it so much. If Hollywood could just simply go ahead and dig down deep on people like this, they might actually have an industry worth saving. But at this point in time, it's just better and much more appropriate to just sit back and watch it burn. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.